And we're back, we're live, and we think we actually have Al Renteria and Barbara Carson live from Oceanside, California at the Veteran and Small Business Summit. Are you there, Al?
I'm right here, Dave. Can you hear Barb?
Hello, Dave.
I hear both of you. It's great. Welcome. This is what we should have done about 20 minutes ago, but we finally got it together. So tell us a little bit about how it's going out there at the summit, Al.
Oh, I think it's going great. We have some fantastic buyers. I'm going to tell you what went great. I recertified or re-verified with the VA about a week ago for my SKVOB, and I get a call at 6 o'clock in the morning. Now, I have a missing document I didn't upload, but that's what the summit's about. You know, you have resources. Barbara's going to talk about some of those, but it's going fantastic. You ought to be here, and I see Kevin's happy face over there. So I'm very glad that we're here at TSA's in Food Force, and let Barb explain what she's experienced so far.
All right, we'd like to go to Barbara Carson, the Associate Administrator for the Office of Veterans Business Development. She's via Skype. Barbara, take it away.
Hi, I'm thrilled to represent the U.S. Small Business Administration here in California. It's nice to get out of D.C. and actually do business with veteran entrepreneurs. And thanks for the opportunity, Al. I really, really appreciate this. And I wish that those of you who are watching us in this venue could be here in person. These are incredible connections, but don't worry, you're not missing out. We will find a way that you can connect in the same way that people that are walking around this room right now are doing. I'm really glad to follow up after Dave from Easter Seals. I worked with him back in D.C. They're doing incredible work on veteran employment, and it's important that we are looking out for vets together, whether they want to be employed by someone else or they want to work with SBA to become their own boss. And that's what we're going to spend a few minutes talking about today. So today, go ahead, Dave.
No, go ahead. I was just going to say, go ahead.
Thanks. Well, there are 4 core pillars of SBA, and I want vets to know that there is something specific for veterans in each one of those core mission sets, and that's what we're going to spend just a few minutes today talking about. But the slides that have links to get more information and participate in these programs will be provided after this presentation. So I encourage you to check out and see what applies to you. And there will be a couple things we talk about that may not apply to you directly, but for our brothers and sisters in arms, it's our job to look out for each other, and you're probably going to hear something that you could share with someone that would be helpful to them. The first core mission set is training. That's what everybody needs to know before they go into business, is what you're interested in, a hobby, and you should do it for fun, or is it something that could actually be economic opportunity for you and your family, and potentially you hiring other people. So one of the ways that we start this funnel is on military installations around the world. Last year, 17,000 service members went through a program called Boots to Business on military installations. As I said, military spouses can go to that as well. And I encourage you, if you're still active duty and listening, that's your first step. Go check out that class. And you'll hear from all the resources of SBA about what is out there for you. And don't worry if you're not ready to launch tomorrow. You should figure out what is out there, because those of you who haven't heard it, I've seen many of those vets already today. They've made mistakes. They've paid people to consult them on something that the government would give them for free. And it's another thing I know you value, Al. You don't have to pay money to get something that is valuable. And that's one of the things you're doing here today. For those of you who are already out of the service, we also offer the same curriculum, but out in the community. So look for something called Boots to Business Reboot. If you check out our website, sba.gov/veterans, you'll find us and a lot more information about those programs on starting up. I'd say that we serve 2 demographics with extra programming. That's service-disabled veterans and women veterans. Real quick on the service-disabled veteran programs we support, they're all intensive, and all of them have incredible outcomes. So check out our website to learn more. Most are geared toward post-9/11 service-disabled vets. All these programs are free. This one's intensive. You'll do about a month of work ahead of time, show up in person for 9 days, and follow on mentoring from private sector on everything from legal to marketing afterward. It's incredible value that costs about $25,000 per veteran, but the price to you is nothing. 50% of businesses get started by graduates of that program within a year of graduation, and you could be one of them. For women veterans, we do have 3 different kinds of programs, and I'd really encourage you to check out Veteran Women Igniting the Spirit of Entrepreneurship. We pay a small amount of money to IVMF, which is the Institute of Veterans and Military Families at Syracuse, to make this program happen. And it is for women veterans and military spouses. It's an intensive 3-phase program as well. For this program, 65% of the women vets and spouses who go through it start their business within 1 year. And 90% of them are still in business 5 years later. That's impact that we can measure. And I am concerned about women veterans, and we talked about it more in depth today at the summit. that there was 300% growth in women veteran-owned businesses from 2007 to 12. But what we found is that number sounds impressive, but the revenue those companies are generating is very low. We've got, I have a concern. That's the lowest revenue generated by any demographic that SBA measures. So I know that these women need capital and they need technical assistance, and that's one of the things I'm working on. So we do give a grant to Lift Fund, who's working on giving advice and money to women vets to grow those companies. Something we hope to replicate nationwide real soon. Moving from training, and there is one more, I almost forgot, an important one. Lots of people here want to be doing business with the government, whether it's state, local, or federal. We do have some resources for companies that are talking federal procurement language. It's a land of acronyms and a place where the unknown unknowns can really get you fast. So I encourage you to check out one of our grantees, the Veteran Institute for Procurement, nationalvip.org. Don't worry about this fire hose information. You'll get the slides. You can check it out. But if you're going to do business with a government, we're a tough customer. We can help you get ready for that business. Moving on to the next core mission set, access to capital. This one, I'm not sure if people know about this, Al, that SBA doesn't give direct loans to folks. What we do is take a risk on you, the veteran, and many taxpayers. We're here for you. If you can get a loan from your bank without SBA, do it. You're going to get a lower interest rate and better terms for you. But if you're a little bit risky, this is where SBA steps in to back you up. We're going to guarantee 50 to 90% of that loan that if you, the borrower, default, the government is going to pay that back to the bank. And so they're willing to take a risk. What's the benefit for veterans? It costs money to offer that kind of guarantee. Veterans pay no upfront fee on loans under $350,000 under the SBA's Express Loan Program. So if you're one of those people who you're not quite perfect, but you're close, we want to do some business and help you grow your capacity through loans. One more place that we have a lot to do, and that is in federal procurement. Many people are aware, I hope, that the federal government is going to spend at least, not at most, at least 3% of the entire federal spend on service-disabled, veteran-owned small businesses. That does not mean that the government is going to pay more to get worse quality and slower delivery time. You've got to be competitive, and Al will reinforce that, I know, day in and day out. But we can train you for it, and then we're going to introduce you to those opportunities and meet those buyers, like we're doing today at the summit, through you. Moving to the last place that we really want, this is the least known program that we've got, and it is an economic injury loan. If you're a reservist and you get deployed and you own a business, things could go wrong while you're gone. SBA is giving loans for working capital in that absence. And what if you're the reserve guard and you work for someone who's the owner of the company, they're not a veteran, they can get that loan as a non-vet because that essential employee has the employee. So that's just a survey of a few things that we talked about today here at the summit that I want people to know about. And whether you are here in San Diego, Oceanside area, or you're somewhere else in the nation, please know that there are Veterans Business Outreach Centers fully funded by the SBA. And that's the first place that you can find information in your local area to get connected to national and local programs that get you in business. Thanks a lot, Dave.
Excellent. I appreciate that. It's a great presentation, Barbara. And we've had pretty good streaming capability while you were there. We didn't have too much buffering. Al, now I know you wanted to introduce some of the summit buyers out there. Is there anybody standing by to do an interview with?
We got a couple of them. But as we're looking for the buyer, here's the key thing I want you guys to take away from Barb. Access to capital doesn't mean money in your pocket. It means use your resources. If you can get a resource dollar value, say $10,000, $100,000, that's money you can shift to buy inventory. Inventory means more supplies, and more supplies means less cost to the government because you're going to sell volume, not just what you can, because you got to make up that money loss by buying marketing. SBA has amazing programs. They're there. I've used probably in the 18 years I've been retired, probably over $1 million of that resource. This is why I'm able to do that. But Barbara, thank you. We were hoping this didn't work, because if this didn't work, Dave, I would have been in the studio, which was our primary objective. But that doesn't mean she can't be there. So March 21st, mark your calendar, because I'm going to say it didn't work well. And Dave, should we have Barbara in your studio March 21st?
We'd love to have Barbara in our studio March 21st.
There you go. You heard it here.
I'll see you then.
You didn't get all of it, or Barbara forgot a piece. March 21st, come see us, because Barbara will be in the studio in Chantilly, Virginia.
Thank
you so much.
That's
Okay?
the
All right.
the next Veterans Entrepreneurship Training Series webcast. Thank you very much.